this is not even based on like win rates or anything. This is just from my experience as a coach, having coached all ranks and what champions are good for different ranks based on kind of pure climbing based. Okay, Amumu is going here. Bran, no. Belveth. So these are just the best ones, right? I'm not going to place everything everywhere. I'm just going to go each rank, what I think the best is. So, and I'll do a quick description as well for each one. So Amumu is really good in iron and bronze and in silver and gold too, honestly. Because he keeps a very, very good structured gameplay. Like he keeps a very, there's not much guesswork. So a lot of the thing when you go to lower MMRs is that you want to take out the guesswork and just have champions that are really, really good at stat checking and having a very consistent full clear, fast kind of like easy fight, full clear style, level 6 style, taking out any kind of adaptability, right? You don't really want to play something that's super, super adaptable like Elise in bronze because she requires other higher levels of knowledge and, you know, knowing different scenarios and stuff like that. For example, a champion like Elise is super good in these rankings, right? GM and Challenger. I would even say more so GM and Challenger, but still good in Master. Obviously, these champions can go somewhere up and down from their rank. So that's the case for Amumu. Great champion, iron and bronze, silverish kind of MMR. Same with Briar. I would say Briar, maybe a little bit more silver gold because there is a little bit more adaptability. Just a little bit more, but still very, very basic. Diana is kind of, people think, I mean, when Tank Diana was a thing, she was a little bit easier, right? But now that you kind of have to build her damage, I would honestly recommend her more higher. Like Diamond Master is perfect for Diana. Echo, the exact same thing. Pretty much the same style champion. Would I recommend Evelynn? Currently not. Like she could go in like a one trick kind of category. If I had to put her somewhere, it would be higher again. Because yeah, it's just too much guesswork. Too much scenario based, too much pattern recognition. Mundo pre-nerfs was easily on the list. I'm not sure anymore. I think still, yes. But he definitely got a significant hit. I'm not 100% sure on Mundo. Fiddlesticks, 100% I would recommend for around these ranks. Same thing with the full clear, make a play kind of identity. But the same thing, but a little more like creativity and a little more like, you know, you're able to express your ceiling a little bit more with Fiddlesticks compared to like an Amumu, right? You're able to like really 1v9 the game easier. Graves, easy. Currently as well, but generally as well, GM Challenger. Could go in Master and Diamond 2 is fine, but mostly he's kind of a hard champion. He's up here. GM and Challenger. Give or take. Master as well. Yeah, Diamond. Yeah. Would I recommend Platinum Emerald? Not really. There's better champions, right? Like, again, you can play these champions in different ranks, guys, but I'm just going off what I would recommend, okay? Okay, I'm not going to put these champions anywhere. Belveth, Evelynn, OTP, Gragas, kind of dead. Gwen just got some buffs. Is a high elo champion, kind of like Diana. Like, you can play her. Kind of similar to Diana. Hard farm style. Very, very mechanically intensive. So Diana and Gwen are like full clear champions, but the problem is that they're way more mechanically intensive than like an Amumu or a Fiddlesticks. That's a big difference. Lots more about spacing, lots more about limit testing and knowing exactly how much damage and, you know, just basically, I don't know. Gwen is full clear and be meta mechanically. That's literally what Gwen is. Hecarim, similar to Fiddlesticks, Plat Emerald. Still, you kind of stick to a style, but you have a little bit more diversification in what you do. There is more openings than, say, an Amumu. There is more kind of carry opportunities as well. Very, very similar to, I would just say, yeah, he can go on Diamond too. He is kind of mechanical, so somewhere between here, somewhere on the Emerald, Diamond, Master side. So, yeah. And then Fiddlesticks, I would say, is honestly more on like the Platinum Gold side. Ivan, kind of a dead champ. I think that I wouldn't recommend Ivan. Jarvan, I would recommend a GM Challenger Master, a high elo champion. Again, it's just because it's very easy to mess up Jarvan, even though he's quite a simple champion. I would say with the introduction of the lethality build, he does become more accessible because he just does damage now, and it's not about like, you know, playing team fights really, really well with like your EQs and stuff like that. But at the same time, when you build lethality, the floor is higher and the ceiling is higher. Whenever you build damage on a champion, there is more room for mistakes, but there is more carry potential. Karthus. Would I recommend Karthus? No, I wouldn't. Kayn. Would I recommend Kayn? Would I recommend Kayn in any of these MMRs currently? More of an OTP champ. I actually think that Kayn is more of a high elo champion. Would I recommend him? No. He's kind of goes in this OTP category, right? Where it's like, you know, I can almost just add a row below here, which is like OTP. It's just like, would I recommend it? I don't know, not really. But you can if you have insane champ mastery. Yes. So any OTP I probably wouldn't really recommend because it's just based on, you know, how good you are at the champion. But yeah, I mean, these three champions are like, I wouldn't recommend them under Emerald. Emerald and above these three, to be honest, as OTPs. Kindred. Would I recommend Kindred? Another kind of OTP champion. Kha'Zix, I would definitely recommend Plat Emerald level and also Diamond, somewhere here again. Lee Sin, kind of OTP category. Master Yi, would I recommend? Yes, I would. I would recommend Master Yi in Plat Emerald. Silver Gold is a little bit too low still. Would I recommend Lilia? Yeah, she's been through some tough times right now, but I still would recommend her in Plat Emerald. Nidalee, GM Challenger, a little bit biased here. So again, these champions are super, super adaptable, super, super like carry, super, super creativity focused. So that's just what happens as soon as the higher that you go up. That's just what happens with the champions. Maud, big recommend in these ranks. I would even go more so silver and gold. But Maud jungle, I would highly recommend. Nocturne, yes, silver and gold. And also Plat Emerald, but I mean, Nocturne can honestly go everywhere. Like he's just the do-it-all, all ranks, always good. Like his ceiling is very, very low. His floor is very, very low, but his ceiling is not very high unless you build like full lethality. All right, Nunu. Morgana, Karthus. Yeah, Karthus OTP category. I wouldn't recommend any of these currently. Jax is like kind of like a counter pick champion. You can play him against, if you're an OTP Jax and you kind of like counter pick people, he's playable. Nunu, I would recommend, yes, I would, in silver and gold. If you like the ganking style, same with Rammus. Yes, I would recommend silver and gold. In even bronze and silver, yes, Rammus, yes. Zac, yes. Somewhere around plat and gold if you like tank junglers. Recommend Rengar OTP level. Would not recommend. Okay, all of these champions pretty much I would not recommend if you're below Emerald. I just wouldn't. It's just the facts of it. Rek'Sai, yes, Plat Emerald. Great champion when games start to become a bit more, again, like not just level 6 champions. So some of these champions are level 6 champions. Some of these champs aren't level 6 champions. Of course, you're going to have a mixed bag of both still. Udyr, with the new AD build, yes, I would recommend. Silver and gold. Silver and gold, plat, yes. I would say more so, but he's also a champion that can go, honestly, everywhere. He's kind of like, yeah. Talon, I would recommend for Master and Diamond. Just a really strong assassin. Shaco, OTP category. And I wouldn't recommend Blue Emerald. Viego, solid. Between Emerald and Diamond. Probably more so plat, honestly. But yeah, of course, you can play him higher as well. Can you play him in lower as well? Yeah, he kind of fits between these things a little bit. He's one of those champions. Would I recommend him in, you know, silver, iron, bronze? Not really. I wouldn't. Warwick, big recommend iron and bronze. I just had to put him in there real quick. Vi, I would not recommend. Talia, no. Trundle, kind of an iron and bronze champion, to be honest. Very, very straightforward. So I would recommend Trundle for this MMR. Xin Zhao, Diamond Master. Wukong, Plat Emerald. Same kind of category as these guys. Just a little bit worse, I would say. Full clear level 6 champions, but very, very strong when they do have ults. Zara, underrated. Underrated. Would I recommend her right now? With in the current meta of things, I think that these two champions are only kind of, you can kind of, I would only recommend them in really, really high elo, to be honest with you. I wouldn't recommend them for low because it's just too easy in this meta right now to just die. Same thing about Brand. Like, you could put Brand up here too, but like, would I recommend these champions for that? Like, not really. Maybe Tillia is like a counter pick, but still I wouldn't actually put them there. I would just say mages right now is jungle only if you're high elo. If not, probably a skip. Yeah. Sejuani would I recommend? No. Poppy would I recommend? As a counter pick, not really, not really, not really. No. No. Vi only in like, I think the lethality build as Vi is like has its place. Can you play Vi? Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it. Volibear can be somewhere. Same as kind of like an Udyr. Kind of similar thing. Straightforward, strong early, very clear like kind of reference points. Similar kind of full clear stack dragons playstyle, which is really, really good in low elo. And then where is like, yeah, Nasus, here we go. Nasus and Shyvana, let's get them on the board. These guys can go in silver and gold. Nasus has been played everywhere. Can be played everywhere, but these are like my #1 recommendeds, which is why I'm doing the current, you know, if I would start again, I'm playing these to platinum. These two champions, because I just want to show you guys the two trick. Naafiri is an insanely versatile, can be played at every single MMR. Like this, I've talked about this before, but Naafiri can legitimately is one of the champions that can be played unironically, unranked player to Challenger. Like, it's played in Challenger. It has a good win rate in Challenger. It's played in Iron and Bronze and Silver. And it has a good win rate there too. It's a very simple champion. If you like Assassins, Naafiri is super good. Actually, super, super highly rated champion here. And let's see the last ones. Sylas, OTP champion. Qiyana, OTP, but I wouldn't really recommend them, especially not if you're low elo. I mean, Qiyana kind of fell off jungle, but you still can play her. Qiyana and Sylas, yeah, very, very much so. Only GM and Challenger. Would I recommend them, though, in Challenger? Yeah, I would actually recommend Sylas in Challenger and GM for jungle. I would. Jace, jungle, can be played. I would recommend. Yep. I think Jace jungle is really strong. I think Zahan has a place. Oh, that place is hard to put him, though. Like, I think he's stronger. I just think the problem with Zahan is that he's a bit slow. I don't know if I would recommend him, though. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend him. And Quinn jungle, no. Ornn jungle, low key. Low key, I think Ornn might be sleeper, but we just don't know it yet. Teemo, would I recommend? Yes, I actually would recommend Teemo jungle. Around bronze and silver and gold, I would recommend Teemo. I genuinely would, because I think Teemo is... He's just straightforward. He just full clears. He damage... he kind of like stat checks people. And... he just places mushrooms around objectives, and everyone in low elo always goes crazy about objectives. His scaling is actually really insane. Something that I didn't actually realize about Teemo is that his scaling is absolutely unreal. Like 6-item Teemo is legit broken with his mushrooms. It's absolutely unbelievable. Shen jungle, honestly, I don't have much opinion about this. On its first hype, I think it was genuinely good, but I think, would I recommend it now? No. Mbessa, would I recommend Mbessa in Challenger? Yes. Not in Challenger, no. I don't know. Did Mbessa get nerfed enough yet? I think it's possible. I think it's possible to still play. I think it still probably is a recommend for GM and Challenger. And Fizz jungle, no. Shen, yep, no, no. Vi is, I just can't recommend it. I just think it's too much of a... Yeah, it's too much of that kind of champion. And honestly, if I were to move something up here maybe a little bit, I'd probably move Kha'Zix up here. Yeah, this is it. I don't think I missed anything. This is what I recommend.